Good evening, folks. This is Laura with Potpourri of Life. Happy Labor Day. I hope you had a great day. Here in New Hampshire, it rained all day, but we are very thankful for the rain, so there is no complaints. Plus, we didn't have any cookout plans with crowds or anything like that. We did have we did grill some stuff on the deck and, some steak and some veggies, and we were satisfied. But since we didn't have any plans, we worked on some projects that we had already wanted to get accomplished. My husband's been working on the generator. He's not quite yet there done where it's usable yet, but hey, he's making an attempt, and that's better than just going out and spending the money. And I'm not sure if we'd be able to get a generator right now, but possibly, but probably more than I want to spend. So what I did while he was busy doing that, these facial wipes that I was talking to you about to replace facial tissues, I finished working on them. There's about 50 in here. And some of you may think, oh, that shouldn't have taken any time. Yeah, it does. And one of the things that YouTube people or people that will try to make things go really quick, things take time. Because to make these, you have to pre-wash your fabric to get all the chemicals out. And yes, I did that the other day. And I started cutting these out. So they were all cut by the time I worked on them today. And then I was folding them over. I had a few already done. I folded over and I stitched every single side. I was sewing for a couple of hours today. So this is not a quick job, but it can be done in increments, most especially if you are a person who has a very busy schedule and can't sit down at the machine all day. But if it's your weekend and you want to do something like this, just plan on taking the time to do it a little at a time if you got littles at home, or if your energy level is I can only sit at the sewing machine for 50 minutes or half an hour. I stand at mine. My husband made me a riser for my machine, so I stand, but still my back hurts from standing too much. So he allowed me a break. No, I took a break and I asked him, could you give me a massage? Because my back was getting so tight, and so he was able to crack out some of those creaks. So I just want to make a point of that, because a lot of people think, oh, that's really quick and easy. I could get that done in half an hour. I see a lot of YouTubes out there that kind of make things look a lot easier than what it is. Things take time if it's done correctly. And these were folded over. No, I didn't. It wasn't as intricate as some things because I only folded it over once. Generally speaking, I would fold it twice, but these are just really quick facial wipes that replacing facial tissues, and I'm good with what I did there. But then the other thing, the part that I'm really excited about, and I hope you're excited too, although if you're not, it's okay. So what I did was, the thing that had been crossing my mind long before I started making these is, first I wanted the bin that I could toss these in. So we got a little tiny hamper to put the facial cloths in. And yes, I could just take this down, dump it in the washer every couple days, and wash everything. Not a big deal, right? Well, I have a thing about germs. I'm not a germaphobe, but some people might think so. But I'm not really. What I wanted to do was to make it a little bit easier. So what I did was, I had a sheet left over from when I was making some masks. This is 100% cotton. And it was just one that was left over, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to make some pajama bottoms. Because even though I made the bags, a full sheet has a lot of fabric, and it's wide and all that. So what I did was I took the top part of the sheet, the part that has the hem, I took that side, okay, and that's at the top of the sheet. And I also took a plastic bag from the grocery store, and I kind of measured it, and I checked to see if it would fit in this bin for me. I just wanted a few extra inches in height. That's what I determined. That's what I desire to have. The bottom of those bags that you get from the grocery store are tapered and folded in. Now, sure, you can do that too to make the same thing. I didn't care about that. All I cared about was that I wanted a liner. So I took it and I sewed the edges. I kept the top up so I didn't have to do a hem. That's saving me some time. And then I checked to see what the width was. Now if you're going to do this, the width that you use is up by the handles, and you pull it across, and that's the widest. So you want 2 of those. So if it's 22 inches, I forgot what it was. If it's 22 inches, you want to double that. So that's what I did, was I made the length using that top part. And I had enough so I could make 2 liners. And I'm so excited. I know you're just kind of giggling inside yourself, aren't you? So anyways, what I did was I made 2 of them. And so one will be put on the shelf. I had thought about putting it underneath the bag liner. And then I thought, you know, if wet things get in there and all that kind of stuff, I didn't want the cooties to get through to the clean liner. So this will be get stored on the shelf. So what this looks like. Now come on, you know that looks adorable. Anyway, I wanted different fabric. I wanted fabric that matched my curtains, but because I didn't have any more, I have to go through my fabric stash and see, okay, do I have any down there? And so later I might make some that match. But you know what? This serves a purpose, and I'm going to show you what it's going to do. So you throw the tissue in, the fabric facial cloth in, and you do that for a day or 2 until you decide that it's time to wash. Take the lid off, okay? And I realize the men out there are saying, I don't need a liner, I'll just bring it downstairs to the washer. Yeah, you can do that. What about the people who go to a laundromat though? Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the basket, the hamper, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to pull it together like this and bring it down to the wash. Or I can throw it in with, I can throw it in with my other laundry into the basket that might be going down cellar. So this is all good, and then it's all compact in the same unit. So when I get down to the washing machine, no, I'm not going to just stick this in the washer. I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it over. Something we learn when we go for our LNA, our nursing assistants, is you turn everything inside out and never touch the inside. Well, in this case, it's not for sanitary purposes for the patient. This is sanitary purposes so my hands don't get cootified. So you just turn it upside down and dump it. See how nicely that fell out? And you have this over the washing machine. And when you're dumping them out, you throw this into the washer as well. And then when you're done washing, you throw it into the dryer. And that's what I'm using this for. And I'm excited. This didn't take as long as getting all those facial things done, because I didn't have to do that fold hem. The nice thing about that fold hem, it has, you put the right side inside, and then this flips over and it still looks nice. So you don't have to worry about whether you put it in inside or outside, however you want to do. So that's what I did today, and I'm going to try to attach some photos of this at the end of the video so that you can see how it looks in the bathroom. And so we will not have paper tissues in our bathroom. And as I go along, I'll be making some more facial tissues to have in either baskets, or I don't know if my husband's going to make me another box or not, but I think I'm going to try to find some cute baskets to have them in, so I no longer will be buying paper tissues. And quite honestly, when winter comes or allergy season is here and we're using them, they get stuck, in clothing. More often in my husband's clothing than mine, and he forgets, I forget, and they get into the laundry, and all of a sudden you go to the washer and you've got tissues everywhere. Or if it doesn't come out there, it gets into your dryer. Come on, admit it, it happens. So I just don't like it, because it fills the lint filler a couple times, so we're done with that. I think this will be very economical, and it'll serve a purpose that I'm happy with. So I won't be throwing things into the trash, and it's a good thing. So I hope that you were inspired by this for somebody else who is interested in making these. I'm hoping that it's something that you find as well to be an economical option. So hope you have a great night. Look forward to the pictures at the end, and may God bless you.